Once again, it's a privilege to be welcome to your homes. Today we are reading from Luke chapter 18, verse 9 to 14. He addressed this parable to those who were convinced of their own righteousness and despised everyone else. Two people went up to the temple area to pray. One was a Pharisee, the other was a tax collector. The Pharisee took up his position and spoke this prayer to himself. "O God, I thank you that I'm not like the rest of humanity, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I pay my tithes on my whole income." But the tax collector stood off at a distance and would not even raise his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast and prayed, "O God, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, the latter went home justified, not the former. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Two people went up to the temple to pray, but only one of them really prayed. Both appeared to pray. The Pharisee prayed a prayer of thanksgiving which began, "I thank you, God." The tax collector prayed a prayer of petition, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." What distinguished the two prayers was the attitude of heart from which they sprang. In the case of the Pharisee, it was an attitude of pride and of judgment of others. In the case of the tax collector, it was an attitude of humility, recognizing his poverty before God. Both men who went up to the temple to pray were equally poor, spiritually poor, before God. But it was only the tax collector who recognized that truth. We always come before God as beggars, as needy. Even in our need, there is, of course, room for the prayer of thanksgiving. However, whereas the Pharisee thanked God for himself, "I thank you, God, that we are to thank God for who God is, not for who we are. Dear friends, we petition God out of our poverty. We thank God for his goodness. Shalom. Peace.